sorry, it got cut off. So we set it up by itself, and then to complete the square, we're going to rewrite it. And we're going to give ourselves some space to add things. So completing the square means I'm going to take this number, and I'm using that formula, b squared divided by 2 squared. It's going to get me this answer. So whatever my b was, which is 8, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16, and 16. That turned this into a perfect square. That is x plus 4 squared. And over here, we can add those two together and we get a positive 7. And that's actually b. That's all you had to do. Number 2, solve. It doesn't tell us how to solve. So we could do it one of two ways. I personally want to use the quadratic formula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 5x and 9 from both sides. And I end up with negative 4x squared minus 5x minus 9 equals 0. And then I'm going to use the quadratic formula because to me that makes more sense. So x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. My b is negative 5, so negative 5 and a negative makes that a positive 5 plus or minus 2 times my a, which would be negative 4, gives me a negative 8 on the bottom. And then I'm going to type this straight in my calculator. So I'm going to start a new document. I'm going to add a calculator. And I need b squared minus 4ac. Well, my b is parenthesis negative 5 close squared. I am squaring the negative 5 in parentheses, guys. That is super, super, super important. Minus 4 parenthesis. My a is a negative 4 parenthesis. My c is a negative 9. Enter. I get a negative 119. Look at my possible answer choices. That's a negative. This almost looks right, but this does not have a negative inside, nor does it have an I. These are definitely wrong. The answer is C, no real solutions. So this wants us to use a quadratic formula, so just like we did up here, but we only want the numerator. We want to know what does the top of it look like. So I just need to know what is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. I'm going to plug in using this. So here's a, b, c already given to me. My b is a positive 3, so that's negative 3 plus or minus the square root of. So already b and c are out. Am I going to get square root of negative 23 or the square root of 41? Well, I can plug it into my calculator. My b is a 3 squared minus 4 parenthesis. My a is 2. My c is a negative 4. I end up with a positive 41. So my answer is D, and that's it. Which of the following quadratic equations has no real solutions? So we're looking for where does b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Which one of those is that the case? So if I just write A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, and A, B, C, my A is 3. There's no B, so it's a 0. My C is a negative 3. My A is 3, my B is a negative 3, my C is a negative 18. A is a 3, B is a 2, C is a 1. A is a 3, B is a 12, C is a 12. So I'm literally doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So option A is my b squared, which is a 0 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 3. My B option is negative 3 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 18. My C is 2 squared minus 4 times 3 times 1. D is going to be 12 squared minus 4 times 3 times 12. So I have to type in all of those to figure out what the right answer is going to be. So I'm going to do this a lot. So 0 squared minus 4 parenthesis 3 parenthesis negative 3 is a positive 36. Parenthesis negative 3 squared minus 4 parenthesis 3 parenthesis negative 18 is a positive 225. Parenthesis 2 squared minus 4 parenthesis 3 parenthesis 1 is a negative 8. Parenthesis 12 squared minus 4 parenthesis 3 over parenthesis 12 over, enter, 0. So again, no real solutions means we're looking for a negative number. So the only negative number was C. So my answer is C. This has one real solution. This is going to have two non-real solutions. And both of these are going to have two real solutions. Okay, so the answer was C because they asked for two non-real solutions.